This reflection is taken from the Mass readings for Friday, May 22nd. Follow Me, Part 2. In Friday's Gospel, we hear Jesus' final words to Peter. When you grow old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go. Follow me. Last year, when I meditated on these words, I reflected on how my aging parents were living these verses, stretching out their hands to be dressed, being led to a place they did not want to go and had resisted going for a long time, bitterly fighting leaving their small cottage independence for the restrictions of assisted living. Assisted living that was only a short-term stop on the way to the health care center, a much gentler name for nursing home. Within 1 year, we saw independence fading into total dependence. I think they resisted partly because they knew that their yes was a yes to the final chapter of their lives. At that time, we thought of it as help, an improvement in the quality of life for the remaining days. But in hindsight, I think they knew more than any of us were willing to admit. And in their final days, both quietly admitted, this is no life. Hard to hear. My dad especially wishing God would come and take him by the hand. Well, God did come. They both passed last December. No more phone calls, no more visits. They both passed into that mysterious silence of death. By faith, we believe that this silence of death is not the end it seems to be, only a door opening into an even greater mystery, that central mystery of our faith, the resurrection. In the first reading, Paul was in chains on his way to Rome, and traditionally his death, for this seemingly outrageous claim. Jesus, who had died, had risen and was alive, and we who are baptized into him will do the same. So in the face of death, I can only walk by faith and not by sight, and having walked with Mom and Dad as they carried their cross, following Jesus as he carried his cross, I find that death is not the fearful thing it used to be. Be not afraid. Your brother in Christ, Joe Sosnowski.